Alright, welcome back to Lunch of the Market. Now I'm going to tell you a little story. Several years ago, I used to teach seminary. And seminary is where a bunch of high school kids get up really early in the morning and they come to church. And then we talk to them about stuff like the Bible, the Old Testament, New Testament, Book of Mormon, all that fun stuff. And it's about 6:20 a.m. when we get started, and we're done by about 7:10 or 7:15 or something. And then they go to school. Now, you might ask, why the heck in your right mind would somebody that's that young get up that early to talk about church, especially 5 days a week? I mean, when you think about it, it's like what? Almost 5 hours during the week in the morning, and then another hour and a half on like a Tuesday or Wednesday night to do something fun, and then 3 hours of church on Sunday. And the bottom line is, one day I got so fired up in class that I said, you know what? If you don't believe this stuff, you should really stop coming. Seriously, other teenagers, they get to sleep until like 7:30 or 7 o'clock at least, and you're getting up at 5 o'clock. Doesn't seem like a big, giant, fat waste of time if you don't believe this stuff? I mean, really, if you don't believe this stuff, then you should really just stop coming. Okay, so why all that talk about religion and church and all that stuff? Well, because the stock market's the same way. I mean, seriously, why do you own stocks if you don't believe that they'll work? This morning, as I watched the price action, that's when you watch a chart tick by tick by tick, the price action is telling me that in the morning on the open, a bunch of people that didn't believe they should own stocks just hit the sell button, and then they walked out, only to let the market get marched higher by those of us who actually have conviction and got better prices today on the stocks that we like than we had yesterday or the week before or the week before that. Look, the bottom line is that you're going to have to stay in the game if you believe this stuff. And if you don't believe it, then get out of the game. What are you doing? Not only is the stock market a waste of time because you should be doing 1 hour of homework per week per position that you own, and if you're doing it yourself, you need to be reading and watching and keeping up on current events and balance sheets and listening to conference calls. Look, if you don't believe this stuff, you're wasting your time. Not only are you wasting your time, but you're probably going to lose real dollars, real money that you actually need for other stuff like sending your kids to college or buying a car or retiring yourself. Look, if you don't believe this, if you think the game's rigged, then get out, because you're going to be shaken out on a day like today. You have to have some conviction. You actually have to believe what you're doing. Otherwise, it's just a giant waste of time and money, and you're going to get yourself hurt. Look, for the last several weeks, we've been telling you to get smaller, have some hedges, raise some cash, sell positions that you don't have conviction in, i.e. stuff you don't believe in. And you know what? Today should be a great day for you. We sent out a message about F5 when it was trading just about 106 that we're done watching the market go by. We're going on the offense. And we sold March, as in Friday, right, a couple days away, March 105, 100 put spreads. And you know what? F5 then proceeded to turn around and go the other way. Look at NetFlix. We put an article out last Thursday that it was really stupid that Netflix was getting obliterated because the barriers to entry are too high. In order for serious competition to come in the same space, they have to spend the same capital expenditures that Netflix did to get to the point where they're at. And then third of all, the Facebook model doesn't really look like the Netflix model. It looks like the Apple iTunes model, okay? So look at that stock today. A guy with Goldman finally jumped on our bandwagon. Now the stock's up 15 bucks in one shot. Look, the bottom line is, if you do your homework and you know what you own and you have conviction and you believe that the stock market's going to work over time, then you'll be fine. And days like today give you great buying opportunities. But if you're not doing your homework and if you don't believe this stuff and if you think the game is rigged, then get out, because you're only going to hurt yourself. The rest of us, hey, we're in it for the long run. We're going to trade around our core positions, have some hedges, take some losses here and there. I mean, heck, yesterday I said if you have a stock within 4 percentage points of either a gain or a loss and you don't believe in it, just sell it. I mean, today, how good does that look? Look, the bottom line is this game is not easy. It's tough, and it takes coming ready to play every single day, getting out of bed early, going to bed early, and bringing your A game every day. Just be careful out there. Know what you own. Do some homework. Don't let your position size get out of control, or you will get your head handed to you. All right. Other than that, Freeport McMoRan, it's working out pretty well. I'm sure we'll regret having moved those spreads out to next month because it'll go above 50 by Friday. But if it does, oh well, you can't win them all. At least we've got some F5 and some NetFlix and some Fire that should expire worthless on Friday. Other than that, it's time to reload, lock and load for April's expiration because May was a tough month. Thanks for joining us again today. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.